Thanks so much for making our tails wag by watching this guest interview from Arden Moore's Four-Legged Life. Four-Legged Life. Make sure to subscribe so you're up to date with all of our Four-Legged Life content. Four-Legged Life. Four-Legged Life.
Welcome back to Arden Moore's Four-Legged Life show. Yep, I'm your host, Arden Moore. Now, our next guest is a major advocate for pit bulls. She's an author on many topics, actually, and she just released a mutt get new book. It's called Pit Bull Nation. What she is about to say about pit bulls may surprise you and hopefully inspire you. So, of course, I'm speaking of Cindy Marabito of Reunion Rescue. Welcome to the show, Cindy.
Thank you, Arden. I'm glad to be here.
You had me at Pit. I mean, there's a lot of different dogs out there, but let's just clear one little myth. The pit bull is not a breed, is it?
No, there is no pit bull breed.
Okay, good. So
it's a mishmash, but it is American. They're the oldest native American dog breed is the American Pit Bull Terrier. And it's a mishmash, like I think all of us Americans are. We're all part this and part that.
57, yeah. I think I'm a canine cocktail. So, but they've been around a long time. What made you say, I want to dedicate my life to helping pitties?
Well, you don't have to be crazy to work here. I didn't set out and say, oh, I'm going to go rescue pit bulls. And in fact, in the beginning of the book, I really get into this heavily. I did not like pit bulls. I was like everybody else. All I'd seen was maulings, going for their throat, that famous picture. And I've never even found out where it comes from, but there's a brindle dog, and I talk about it in the book, with these fang-like horror movie fangs and saliva dripping off. And they always pull it out whenever there's a bad pit bull issue. The news, it's just a stock photo they show. So I was like most. I started volunteering. Found one. Huh?
Oh,
I found one.
Turn? Okay.
And I started calling. I was living in San Francisco, the coastal county of the book. I was living in San Francisco, and I thought, oh, we're in this wonderful town named after St. Francis of Assisi, the animal saint. Let me start calling and find help for this pit bull. There was none.
Oh.
The SPCA said, we don't help any off the street pit bulls. You have to send it to the pound, and then we might adopt under our 1994 adoption pact. We'll get into all the politics later.
Okay.
But what happened is the dog got adopted. Chapter 3, Angel Divine. She ended up being an icon to me and to pit bulls in San Francisco. She was called the Princess of South of Market. She would walk around and visit every storefront with her dad, Marty, who became a friend, and kind of set the pace for what would lead up to Reunion Rescue. Started volunteering.
What were you doing at the time? Were you a writer? What were you doing at the time?
I've always been a writer and filmmaker. I went to school for filmmaking. I've made one film in the middle of another one. And I was working at Monaco Labs as a QC, kind of like what what's his famous name? Gosh, I'm just blank.
That's all right.
Anyway, I QC'd films. Any 16 or 35 millimeter film that would come in, I'd look for mistakes, mistakes.
Quality control gal.
Quality control.
You're an editor.
Spike Lee used to do it. That's who I was trying to think of.
Okay, Spike Lee. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, that's
his career took off a little bit better than mine did.
Well, you took a different direction. You did a dog leg to pit bulls.
Yes, I did. So anyway, I started volunteering at SFACC, and one thing led to another, and I just started seeing all the dogs in pit bull room 116 were being killed. people would go to the door and say, oh, that's the pit bull room. We're not going in there. And I got to know the pit bulls slowly because I was scared of them and started taking their pictures. One thing led to another. And in a dream one night, it came to me, Reunion Rescue, kind of like Reunion Tower in Dallas. I wanted to throw back to Texas.
Oh, I live in Dallas. I know Reunion Tower very well. Yes, yes. And when you say SFACC for the folks, that's San Francisco
Animal Care and Control.
Okay, good. Okay, good. All right. So, all right, keep going.
Well, then I started Reunion Rescue, and the whole story is told in the book. But basically, our tagline, saving pit bulls one dog at a time. That's what I've been doing for the past 25 years. Saving pit bulls.
I think this is interesting, Cindy, because you were scared of them. You didn't know them. And now you're an advocate for them. What does that say to others about giving a little more hope to pitties? Because I'm going to throw this out there. I lived in Oceanside, California for many years and worked with the San Diego Humane Society. And every year I got to be a celebrity judge for the unbelievable Pit Bull Beauty Contest. And what we would do is get the pitties that had been adopted the year before. They dressed them up and they walked the catwalk and they raised money for the next batch of pitties that were currently housed at the San Diego Humane Society. Shout out to Dr. Gary. And it really made a difference. I have a friend that has a pitty that paints her nails pink and wears a pink collar. So there's little tactics that people can do to sort of disarm myths or stereotypes, right?
Absolutely. And what they can best do, to me, and this is really what the message, the ultimate message of the book is even if you don't want to adopt a pit bull, I get it. Go in and volunteer with a rescue, a good rescue. And there's a ton in the Oceanside area. I work with, it's the pits down in San Diego for years.
Isn't that a great name?
Passion for Pitties is a friend, Elise. She's reading the book right now. I mean, there is, like I said, I've been rescuing up and down California. I never left, really. There's some good work going on, but go in and volunteer. Even go and show up at one of these pop-ups on the weekend where they have adopt-a-thons and pet the dogs with the other people. You will come around. The best advertisement is like what your friend was doing. Dress up that good pitty or even a bandana for a boy if you want to keep it, and go for a walk, a well-trained walk. Just that live picture. You know, videos do so much more on social media than stills because people love to see action. And so go walk down the road with that well-behaved pitty and somebody goes, well, wait a minute. I was just at the shelter and I saw one that looked just like that. Maybe I'll go pet that one. Just it puts the idea in the head, and it is amazing what just that one little vision can do to help dogs of all breeds.
There was something I saw on the Reunion Rescue site. Everybody, please go to reunionrescue.com after the show. For every one pitty that gets adopted, what was the number? I
don't even remember, but it's changed.
I think it was like 400 or 500 don't make it.
Oh, it's incredible. And we were talking about California.
Yeah.
I recently pulled a cruelty case from Bakersfield. Okay. I brought him to Texas. I was working for 2 weeks trying to find anything, and I called everybody I'd ever known in California. I found one open spot to board, one dog. And she was only doing it as a favor to me because we go back. Nobody.
We're almost getting ready to take a break.
Okay. So we'll bring that up later.
Yeah, because people want to hear. So we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're speaking with Cindy Marabito. She is with Reunion Rescue. Bless you for all you're doing. But right now, we're going to take a break. You guys know the drill. Sit, stay. We'll be right back.